Are you feeling the stress on if you should take insurance or just do private pay? Do you feel like you don't really understand either process enough to make an educated decision? This is the second of our two-part video series. This video will be all about the pros and cons of doing private pay. If you missed the first video on all the pros and cons of taking insurance, we have that linked for you in the corner right now. Hey, it's Becca here with Mindful Web Solutions. We create fun, informational videos helping therapists grow their own private practices and recommend tools to help them along the way. Today, I'm going to give you all the pros and cons of accepting private pay in private practice. Before we dive in, I'd like to give you a quick overview of Mindful Web Solutions. We are a team of award-winning designers and marketers committed to helping therapists, counselors, and psychologists create a beautiful, custom, responsive website. For more information about what we do, click the link in the description below. Deciding if you want to only take private pay or not can be very stressful. We already covered all the pros and cons of taking insurance for you in our first video of this series. Today, I'm going to give you all the pros and cons of taking private pay. You should dig into what you're expecting out of your private practice and what you enjoy most. If you like the idea of constantly creating new content for a blog, networking, and heavy marketing, then private pay is probably for you. Let's dig into the pros of taking private pay in private practice. The biggest and first advantage of private pay is that you get paid right away. With insurance, you have up to a 60-day wait to see the pay for your work. The next pro is that there's way less paperwork in private pay. You aren't having to fill out any of the paperwork for every insurance claim, giving you way less to keep track of. Our third pro is you have way less chance of an audit. An IRS audit is always a possibility, but without the insurance company, you have no risk of an audit from them if you aren't using them in the first place. This can take a lot of stress off of your plate. The next pro is that you can niche down, which is huge for therapists because it means that you get to control what type of client you see. With insurance, they send you whoever, even if it isn't a great fit for you, and you still have to see them. We linked our video about niching down in the corner if that's something you missed. When you decide to do private pay, you set your rates. That means the pay that you will be receiving for your work will be significantly higher than you would receive via the insurance company because they determine a rate for you. Then they only pay you a portion of that rate. With your pay rate being much higher, you're able to set a rate where you won't be overworking yourself and may even be able to have a day off. Since you will be able to set your rate at something that is suitable for your lifestyle, you have the freedom of a smaller caseload. This can really be beneficial when it comes to burnout prevention. You can also always invest that extra time into other projects that you may be doing or back into your business. The next benefit is the ability to not diagnose a client to ensure that they can receive therapy without the worries of the claims becoming denied and you not receiving payment. Since your clients are paying for your services out of their own cash, they tend to be a lot more dedicated to the process. Now, I'm not saying that all clients who use insurance don't care about their healing. You just tend to have a larger amount of clients who are much more invested in their healing when they pay for your rates out of their pocket. Now that we've highlighted all the reasons you should use private pay, let's dip into the cons. First, you have to do all your own marketing. Now, if you like to market, this may not be a con for you, but they didn't give you marketing classes in school, so a lot of therapists feel intimidated by this. Through marketing, you have to prove your own worth to potential clients. Since you won't be on insurance panels and have to cover your own marketing, your growth in private practice will be much slower, especially when you're first starting out. It could possibly take you up to a year to make your private practice full-time. Next, since you're handling all of your own marketing, you will be in charge of creating your own brand, which can seem very overwhelming if you don't even know the first step of what you should be doing. In order for you to build your brand, you have to know what your niche is. Some therapists like the idea of leaving their field open, but this can be frustrating as you will be seeing a variety of clients and trying to network and market yourself to an even more competitive arena. Also consider when the economy takes a downturn, when accepting private pay, you will be affected by that. When people are feeling the urge to save, they tend to cut back on their spending, which a lot of the situations mean that they will choose to pause therapy. The level of frequency that occurs when a client is paying out of pocket tends to be more on the bi-weekly scale. So in this case, you will be seeing slower progress, which can be frustrating for you as well as the client. They may even be inclined to think that the therapy isn't working for them. The last con to consider is the fact that you are limiting who can pay you. Lower income clients most likely cannot afford to pay fees out of pocket. If that is the ideal client you are wanting to work with, private pay may not be for you. Considering the pros and cons of accepting insurance versus private pay is one of the first and most pivotal decisions any therapist or counselor will need to make. And as you can see, each carry many of their own pros and cons. If you choose to allow private pay, you can look into the option of using super bills for clients who have insurance who would like to see you, but you're not a provider on their insurance. They differ with each insurance, but allow clients to pay for your services out of pocket at your rate. This puts the weight of dealing with the insurance company in the client's hands. If you want to take private pay in private practice, we recommend that you take the transition slowly, even accepting insurance at first to keep the doors open, then slowly move over to private pay as your marketing efforts build up your practice. We also strongly recommend taking a business marketing course if you plan on tackling your own. This can be extremely helpful when you are first starting out. We made a video to give you a few tips on how to market in private practice. We have it linked in the corner right now. Leave us some comments on how much this video helped you weigh the pros and cons of accepting private pay. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button below for more helpful tips on how to grow your own private practice. Mindful Web Solutions build custom websites for therapists, counselors, and psychologists. If you need a website for your private practice, click the link in the description below. I'm Becca with Mindful Web Solutions, and I'll see you in the next video.